Today we are continuing the journey of getting this Austin Healey Sprite 1965 cleaned up so we can get the rust preventative part of it done and paint up the interior. You can see we've wire brushed the rust out and gotten it fairly clean, and today we're going to do some phosphoric acid on it to neutralize it, and then start putting the primer and the paint on. And so after that point we can then work on the more fun stuff like the interior wiring and things of that nature. Also want to clean up this interior paint here and the rust if there is any, neutralize that, prime it, paint it, and then get everything ready for the install part. Maybe clean up the wires so they're not dusty looking, fix any wire connections, that type of thing. So that's what we plan to do today, and I'll update you when we get to the next phase. The motor is currently like this. This is its current state, and so I had a few friends come over and look at it, and it seems alright, probably good enough to run the transmission. When you look inside the clutch case here, it looks pretty clean, like just a little bit of dust. There's some colored paint on the springs, and they look like they haven't really been covered with anything, so I'm guessing that possibly the clutch had been redone, and which would mean that the transmission's pretty good. I can't imagine someone would go through all the trouble of putting a transmission on a good clutch, but you never know. The engine mount, the transmission mount is pretty rough, and the clutch slave looks pretty old, so it's, potentially it's questionable. And why use such an ugly looking starter? I would have at least painted it. But anyways, back to what I'm doing today. I've got paint brushes because we're going to use these. I'm going to use this gloss sunrise red Rust-Oleum protective enamel and the primer that's over here. So first I'm going to use the phosphoric acid, clean it off, and then put the primer on, and then sorry for all the walking around, and then put this gloss sunrise red. I think it may not be a good match, but it'll probably be close enough because it's all going to be inside. I've got some brushes, hopefully brushing it with some acetone to clean up, and I've got tape here. I think brushing will be nice, not having paint spray all over the place, and I won't have to tape off except for where we're painting. So I feel like that's going to be a good option today. I haven't done it that way, but if that works, that'll be really cool to be able to paint with brushes rather than spraying. I just don't like the spray getting into the air and having to tape everything off because it goes airborne. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Tune in for the next one. Hopefully it'll be with all the painted surfaces covered, and have a good day.